What's good, everybody? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. And like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Go on over to the website if you're trying to get jiggy and get a nice hoodie with that puff print, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Hope you guys had a fantastic evening. Hope your day is going well. It's Monday. That's right, January the 20th. It's the top of the morning, everybody. Time to get up. Time to get up. Let's get at it. Let's get at it. Why? Because we made it. If you made it, you should be happy just for the simple fact that you made it up this morning. And everybody else is just probably still asleep, or maybe they going to bed because they had the night shift. But you and me, we up because we got to get to this business this morning. And like I said, like I always tell you guys, appreciate the fact that you came here to spend your time with me because you could have went anywhere else. We have a lot to cover today. We got a 12-pack. I know it's Monday morning. It's 6 o'clock. He like, how he got a 12-pack on Monday morning? Because a lot is going on. Yesterday was inauguration. We had the Twitter situation. We got China acting up. We got the border going on. We also got inspections going all over the place and revealing all types of crazy stuff that's going on. So that's why we got the 12-piece, y'all. And if you're here with me, let's get into it. So let's go over the title right now. Okay, we got China wins the cyber. What? I don't want to even say the word. China wins the cyber. What? Yeah. Also, Donald Trump's inauguration, number 47. That will be today at 2 p.m. They moved it inside because of the weather, but it's still going down. And there was a huge celebration last night that you guys might want to take a look at. We also got New York City restaurants now offering to pay for congestive pricing tolls. They're losing business. People don't want to come into the city to eat. You figure if I go into the city to eat, that's taxi fare plus $9 for that congestive pricing crap. I don't want to deal with that. So you know what? We're not even going. And now the restaurants downtown, yes, they feeling a bite. They feeling a crunch because everybody don't want to take the subway. Everybody doesn't want to take the bus. People want to use their cars. So yeah, we got issues going on. But without any further ado, just like I said, because it's a lot to cover, let's get into it. Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning today. I know I am, like I said, because we made it. We could be anywhere else, but the fact of the matter that we're here and we made it to another day, beautiful. So let's go. What we got going on right now?
Race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our schools.
This is from last night's rally because he couldn't do it.
And always remember,
Today,
this is so easy.
So
this will be done tomorrow. We will keep men out of women's sports. It's over.
This is yesterday, y'all.
I will defend religious liberty. I will restore free speech. And I will defend the right to keep and bear arms. We're going to defend that. After years of building up foreign nations, defending foreign borders, and protecting foreign lands, we are finally going to build up our country, defend our borders, and protect our citizens. And we will stop illegal immigration once and for all. We will not be invaded. We will not be occupied. We will not be overrun. We will not be conquered. We will be a free and proud nation once again, and that will take place tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
My bad, 12 o'clock, not 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock.
Everyone in our country will prosper. Every family will thrive. And every day will be filled with opportunity and hope, and also filled with a thing called the American dream that you don't hear much about anymore. For the past 9 years, you and I fought side by side against the most sinister and corrupt forces on earth. And in our magnificent victory on November 5th, you showed them once and for all that this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, and from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., Our country was won and built by generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers, coal miners, police officers, and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle stand in their path. Nothing could get in their way. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built the great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and launched American astronauts to the moon. It was hardworking patriots like you who built this country. And 75 days ago on November 5th, it was hardworking patriots like you who saved our country. You saved our country. Now, after all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America's promise and we will rebuild the nation that we all love so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. We will never give in. We will never give up. We will never back down, and we will never, ever, ever, ever surrender. We will fight, 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 and we will win, win, win.
So yes, this is yesterday, y'all. Like I said, he had a rally because of the fact that it's cold in Miami, and what they did was they moved the inauguration from outside to indoors now because of the weather conditions. There's also going to be another rally for after he gets inaugurated inside of Capitol Hill, and then he'll go over there to greet the people that are at the rally, and he'll basically, talk again and I guess give another speech. But this was yesterday, and it's where all the controversy that you're hearing now about Snoop Dogg performing, Kid Rock, various rappers like Soulja Boy, as well as Rick Ross. All of those guys actually performed yesterday at this event. One other thing that I noticed that performed yesterday too, and it's a couple of little punches that I'm noticing. The Village People actually performed yesterday on stage with Trump. I noticed that the cowboy was wearing stilettos. Well, whatever you call, not stilettos, but stirrups or whatever like that. And it was kind of crazy. And then I don't understand. I don't know if Trump really knows that the Village Men and YMCA, yeah. And if you listen to the lyrics, you probably get a little more information about what the song is about. So that was very interesting for myself to watch yesterday. I can't play the music. I can't play it, but I would like for you guys to go check out the Village People performing with Trump yesterday, YMCA. You're gonna get a blast out of seeing that because it's pretty interesting. If to say the least, it's pretty interesting.
And together, we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make I looked to my right, and then I said, ooh, that hurt. What the hell was that? I still have the... Everyone in our country will prosper. Every family will thrive. And every day will be filled with opportunity and hope, and also filled with a thing called the American dream that you don't hear much about anymore. For the past 9 years, you and I fought side by side against the most sinister and corrupt forces on earth. And in our magnificent victory on November 5th, you showed them once and for all that this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. Things that we will accomplish together with 4 more years in the White House, and we're going to do a lot of things. You're going to see something tomorrow. You're going to see executive orders that are going to make you extremely happy. Lots of them. Lots of them. We have to set our country on the proper course. By the time the sun sets tomorrow evening, the invasion of our borders will have come to a halt, and all the illegal border trespassers will in some form or another be on their way back home. Think of it. We've allowed millions and millions of people into our country through open borders, no checks, no vetting, no anything. Millions and millions of people. And lots of those people are murderers. 52% of them killed more than one person.
Yeah, so we got that, y'all. So that was the rally yesterday. Also, we got an interesting story right here where it looks like one guy's moving out and another guy's moving in already. Not already, but it seems to me like, I don't know what the Bidens wanted to wait till the last day to move their stuff out. Well, yeah, get your stuff out because it's time for me to get my stuff in here. This is a massive move out and a massive move in right
To the
here.
inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump. Trump will take the oath of office from inside the Capitol Rotunda on Monday. His swearing in has moved indoors because of the cold weather.
All right, Fox 5's Teresa Priolo here with that part of the story. Teresa.
Yes, Stephen and Natasha. So the second swearing in of Donald Trump will be unique for a lot of reasons. Most obvious of which will be the cold weather. The event usually happens outside on the west side of the Capitol, but it's going to move inside due to frigid temperatures. And this break from tradition ensures tens of thousands aren't outside in the bitter cold as well as the snow. Instead, crowds will be at the Capital One Arena for a viewing party and a parade, which Trump and his family will attend after he's sworn in. The second most glaring element will be that Trump is only the second president in U.S. history to be sworn in for non-consecutive terms. The last was President Grover Cleveland in 1885. Others are noting that Trump is the first president to be impeached twice and convicted of a crime and still be able to take office for a second term.
There were many times, I think, when there were expectations that Donald Trump's presidential career or his political career
during Ronald Reagan's second inauguration. Trump and his family are expected to still attend all three inaugural balls after the swearing in. Carrie Underwood is set to perform along with Kid Rock. And while everybody's celebrating, there is a massive move in, move out happening at the White House as the Bidens exit and the Trumps take over.
Goodbye.
And of course, all eyes will be on the Resolute desk as we learn what the president's day one actions will be. Natasha.
So yeah, get your stuff out. Time to go. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about. It's like the people with the hotel when they tell you it's checkout time. They went all the way to 12 o'clock. They didn't even wait. They was like, you know what? We gonna chill. They was up in there like, yeah, got a couple boxes left. Yeah, all right. I'll be the last thing to leave. Come on, man. Do it with class. Get up out of there. Just go. Go ahead and leave. But hey, it's over. Today is Monday. Everybody, we got this new situation coming in. We've got a new president. And we also got a situation in Norfolk. This commander's relieved of her duty by the Navy due to, what do they call it? Loss of confidence. This one individual here that we have, that's a Navy commander, was in control of the entire ship. And now, because they said that, she's relieved of her duty because of loss of confidence. What do you guys think about this situation? Moving right along.
The Navy has relieved Commander Sarah Quemada. She was the commanding officer of the Naval Information Warfare Training Group in Norfolk. A press release says she is relieved due to a loss of confidence in her ability to command. Quemada had served as commanding officer since June of 2023. She was relieved of her duties yesterday by Rear Admiral Brian Harding, commander of Naval Information Warfighting Development Center. She has been temporarily reassigned to Naval Information Forces. As for now, Captain Steve McIntyre has been temporarily assigned as commanding officer until a replacement is found. Well, the Navy has relieved Commander Sarah Quemada. She was the commanding officer of the Naval Information Warfare
They say that being in the Navy is very hard. I mean, you got to be around people on a ship. It's stressful, so maybe that's what it was. Maybe after a certain amount of time, you just couldn't take it anymore and said, you know what? HELL hockey stick, somebody else and come take the command of this, because things get stressful. You never know what's going on. How you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? Yes, today is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. That's right. God bless him and everything that he did for our people. TikTok is better than YouTube. That's what Payne the Sky said. Okay, I can't read some of this, but I'm going to try. Let's see. We got CJ Dallas. Olga Chaz already calling the shots. I don't know what that word is right there. Christian, Unk Paranoid. Who's Unk? I ain't your Unk. Payne the Sky. I don't know anymore. How much coke did they find? You talking about when they got into Hunter's room? They were Somebody said, how much did they find in Hunter's room? I like that. That was a good one. Ryan, HELL hockey sticks. Yeah. His cabinet don't know S about the jobs. Hey, maybe they don't. Zappy, how does a lady even make it to that position? It should be a dude who's seen war. Now, I didn't want to say that, But what I do sometimes is I plant seeds because I want to know if you guys are thinking the same way as me. She basically proved why she shouldn't be in her position. Period. You proved it, which is why other people kind of like that shouldn't be in major government positions. Because how are they going to act when it's a stressful time, when it's something that's necessary for them to think positively or think rationally? Will they think with their feelings? Will they think the right way? Exactly what you said. Where you at right here? Let me get this right here. Let me get over here. Zappy. Everybody look at what Zappy said. Look at what Zappy said. And I don't think Zappy's wrong. Tony Blount said, no, it was because she's a woman. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I wasn't thinking that, but y'all, okay. But I'm glad that we're on the same page here because that means that you understand this title. That means that you understand this title. And when we get to this, I might get bizanned because, oh my God, 7 hours? Come on, man. Let's get to that, but now, excuse me, Zip. I know that's your line. I don't want to use your line. It's kind of early, but I can't wait to get to that part right there because you guys just got me riled up right now. So let's go ahead and go there. The fallout from the TikTok ban. I don't even want to stay on this topic too long because I think it's a setup and I think it has something to do with this right here. Do you see how Xi Jinping has the world in his hand? Do you see how it's got TikTok around it and how he's just standing there like this? Let me ask you a question. When somebody throws a rock at something that, like at your house, and they know that you're in the house, they know that you're going to hear it. They know that you're going to possibly retaliate. Maybe they want you to hear it, and maybe they want you to retaliate to see how you're going to retaliate. So that 24 little week ban that they did yesterday at China, and everybody's like, oh my God, we're losing business. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. Got everybody riled up. And I knew it. I told y'all. I said the TikTok nation is too strong. It's not going to last long because too many people are going to fight back. Too many people are going to argue. And what did they prove? These people right here control the narrative because safety went out the window. Care of security information went out the window and everything else. And guess what? It was kind of like a trick maneuver. We did nothing for them to go dark on TikTok at all, but gave them an ultimatum. They decided to take the app down to shake us up, and it worked. That's why I say they won the cyber war, at least the first round. They won the first round because they threw that rock and immediately everybody went crazy. And they just standing over there looking at it like this. You guys are smart. I know that you are because I see you in the comments and I know that you rock with me. So think about it. China's over there like this. Let's see what they do. Oh, look, they're going crazy. Oh, they're going nuts. We pull the plug and we see that's what they did. And that's why I don't even want to stay on this topic too long because they already won and we don't even realize it. We don't even know that we lost the first round. We don't even know. All we thinking is, oh, it's back. Everybody's happy. TikTok this. Oh, we're good. Oh, yeah, phenomenal. Yeah, okay. That's what y'all think.
Dance going dark overnight.
They did that on purpose.
Nothing brings us together like Eggland's best eggs. Always so fresh and delicious. Plus,
if somebody don't force
superior
you,
nutrition. For us, it's eggs any style. As
somebody don't force you,
long as they're the best. Eggland's best.
Overnight. Let's take a deeper look into all of it.
Somebody don't force you to close your business or close your store. Why are you shutting it down? That's like when somebody get an attitude and they say, I'm taking my ball. And they go off the field because they know it's only one ball. And they know that you're the only one that got the control of the ball. So now you got to do what they say. Okay, well, I want to play. I want y'all to pass the ball to me. Yeah, come on now. Think. We're smart. Think. That's why I tell you, don't worry about the platform. Think about the information and what they're doing.
This and what's next for the more than 100 million U.S. users, content creators, and more impacted by this. Let's go back to Elizabeth Schulze, who is joining us once again, and ABC News contributor Mike Muse, a Google Tech Policy Fellow, an expert on all things. Mike Muse, it's great to have you, along with Elizabeth. Mike, let's start with you, though. Do you think that these other social media apps that many are flocking to, we were talking about Red Note and others, could actually become as popular as TikTok?
Well, first, good morning, everyone. And Elizabeth and I are twinning right now, so good morning, Elizabeth. They absolutely can be as popular, but that's such a great question because it really goes to the fundamental question of, does Congress understand technology, and what exactly is Congress attempting to do with this ban? Because of the fact that we're going to start seeing more tech applications, social media applications coming to the forefront, because one thing we know about American users is they love to be early adopters on social media apps in order to build their followers quicker and to gain more of a massive following when you're first in. And so the American government has got to come clear on what is it they're trying to regulate. Is it content moderation? Is it the fear of having our foreign adversaries be involved in content manipulation? Well, we've already seen that with our foreign adversaries on Twitter, now known as X, as well as on Facebook. And so for me, the law was never really clear on what the U.S. was intending to do.
Elizabeth, let's turn to you.
They were clear on what they were intending to do. Y'all wasn't listening because you only hearing what you want to hear. It's a security issue. And if you guys don't pay attention to it, it's going to get worse. But you're only worried about the 150 million people that's on TikTok and them stupid dances that they do. That's what they worried about. Why? Because ignorance rules. Because the education system is low. The fundamental aspects and the mindset of people, especially in the United States, is much lower than what you think. We're not number one in education no more. Trust me, especially after COVID. It's a lot of stupid people out here. Trust me.
Because there are so many content creators right now who are really making a living on TikTok. Do we have any idea what will happen to them? We're talking about sponsorships, all of that. They're even their customers because we have small businesses that are there too.
No question, Gio. And big picture, TikTok is a contributor to the overall American economy. The company says it adds about $15 billion to small business revenue per year. It supports more than 200,000 jobs. A lot of the content creators on the platform do already have accounts on some of the U.S. competitors that exist out there already. So think of Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Snapchat Spotlight. Those sponsorships that those content creators have will also need to find a new home.
There's basically algorithms. It's the algorithm that TikTok has. TikTok has an algorithm that no one else is able to duplicate or replicate, and they even know it. They said it yesterday. Twitter, X, Facebook, Instagram, they do not have the same type of interaction. They do not have the same sort of platform. It's not as user-friendly to when it comes down to selling and branding. These are totally different applications. And the reason why TikTok is excelling in that category is because of their algorithm. Their algorithm is different from all of the other ones. And that's just the bottom line. It's the algorithm. And it's the algorithm that now has this man right here with us in the palm of his hand. And I'm gonna just leave it like that because it got me peed off thinking about it, how fast the band was, like how fast they turned it back on. And it was just it was a play game. It was a play game. It's like when you're playing with a cat. You throw the toy, you take it away from him, now he's razzled up, and now you throw it back and he's happy like he never saw the toy before. Teased us, and it was a perfect test to see what we would do. And sadly, we failed. I don't know how many people agree with me, but I think we failed. And there's also another situation where we got some immigrants that's already leaving in preparation of Trump's administration coming in. So they're like, you know what? We don't want to be arrested. We don't want to go through those, camps and stuff like that. We're just going to leave ahead of time. And that's what we got a lot of illegal immigrants already doing because they don't want to get caught up in the sweeps and stuff, which Tom Homan and President Trump has actually already said if they don't want to get caught up, leave on their own. So they took the advice and they're doing it.
Is finalizing executive orders on immigration.
CNN is...
Hi, I'm Dawn, and I run a company called Jotful. We make one-of-a-kind websites just like these.
Reporting they could be released hours after he's sworn in on Monday. CBS 8's Chris Grow live near the border in San Ysidro with the fears that many immigrants are facing right now. Chris?
Can't even imagine that uncertainty right now, being at home, wondering whether or not you, yourself, your family members could potentially be deported, how quickly, all of that running through those scenarios and trying to work with advocates like the ones in Texas, here in California, the ones that our sister stations have spoken with to get an idea of exactly how those in the immigrant community are feeling right now. Take a listen.
A lot of distrust, and also what they're worried about being separated as a family.
Know what agencies are available to assist you in the event that you get detained, and to always know that you have the right to have an attorney advise you.
That was funny right there. How dare you spy on American citizens? That's our job, the NSA. I want you guys to see this, but we have an astronomical amount of people in here with only 20 likes. Guess you guys don't appreciate the fact that I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I pool this information. I would really appreciate it if we can get the likes up so I don't have to stop anymore. It will only take about 80 people for me to be able to continue so that because I know the algorithm, we're gonna let people know that we're over here by doing that. When you double tap the screen, it lets other people know that I'm here, and it helps me to get more people to come, and then I get more views and it helps me out. And they'll send me the check instead of me begging y'all. Bottom line, I don't got no time to play games with y'all. So what I normally do is I ask people, especially if it's a lot of people, to get these likes up so I don't have to stop and keep the flow of the show going. After a while, hopefully after you've been here for a while, you guys will be able to work with me and you understand, especially if you appreciate the show and the information that I'm telling you. Also, as we always say, I'm the #1 troll on Bugatti View / The Bottom Line. So if you feel like trolling and making jokes in the bottom, don't worry about it. Big head jokes are all accepted. They better be better than mine. I've been getting them all my life. #2, disrespectful stuff. Anything that has to do with race, LGBTQ, whatever stuff like that. We don't play them games over here, and I will see it and I'll get you out of here. Boom! I don't need no moderators because it's fun. I told you, I'm the #1 troll on this show. But if you feel as if you like to test me, please be my guest. So, as I asked, I see we got 52 up in here. Oh, wait a minute. I thought that was a dollar bill over there. I thought I had some coffee money. Hold on a minute. I thought it almost tricked me. It just went up in the double digits. That was a good one, y'all. So the next one we got is what? What we got next? Because we done did that one. They're already ready to leave. All right, how about this? This is the other side of the story from yesterday, where the House passed a bill to ban trans athletes in women's sports. I'd like to continue to champion this story and this situation because it was something that was driving me crazy as it was going on. As I was seeing these women get beat up in sports, as I was seeing all of their awards go to other people, it made me feel pretty bad. So when I see people actually enacting, I like it. I think it's really cool. I think it's really good. So on that regard, I don't know how you guys feel about it. There's probably a lot of people in here that are DEI as well as inclusive, and that's perfectly fine. But I'd like to know how you guys feel about the situation with having trans athletes in men's sports. You guys think that's good? Think it's bad? Give me a thumbs up if you think it's bad. Give me a thumbs down if you think it's bad. Give me a thumbs up if you think it's good. Or have you actually ever seen any of these competitions? Or have you ever seen as far as people losing to trans athletes? Because there was a big argument about it yesterday when they actually put the law in. But this is the actual members of Congress that are speaking on the House floor. Very briefly about it.
The nays, the final passage. The yeas and nays are ordered. Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. Sufficient number having risen. The yeas are ordered. Members record their vote by electronic device. Yeah, why do we?
And here it goes. Here are the numbers. On the passage, the Republicans 60, the Democrats What was it? Matter of fact, let's go to the bottom line. Here we go. Republicans, 159. Democrats, 191. Independents, doesn't look like they even voted, but the totals went added all up, and the nays seem to have won. Luckily, I mean, by a very slim margin here too. A very slim margin. They're still totaling, still going, still going. All right, all right. But they did say that this was done at a very slim margin. This is when it happened, y'all. Final tally. But it was climbing real slow. Climbing very slow. Yeah, they had a vote on it, and like they said, from now on, it is now federally banned to have trans athletes in girls' sports. The federal funds will not go to those schools if they don't comply. So if you're in a federal funded school and you have trans athletes that's going to be playing against girls, your school will no longer be federally funded. So the private schools may continue to do that, but federally funded schools are no longer going to do that. All right, we got 56 up in there. We need to get them likes up. We need to get those likes up, y'all. America has been lowering the passing grade before TikTok. Keen Horgan, hell yeah. Angie Perodin, good. All schools receive federal funding. I knew that. I knew that they did. But the private ones don't. So I want to keep on paying attention to this category and see if or what the private schools plan on doing. I want to see what they plan on doing. So majority of the people ain't with it. Majority of the people doing thumbs up and they're like, yo, get that up out of the schools. Majority of the people is like, yes, that's a good thing. Let's get it out of schools. Let's get this trans athletes against girls out of schools. So I got you, y'all. I got you. We also got the hostages that are being released. The first 3 were released yesterday. The Israel-Hamas hostages have finally started to be released. 3 of them have been released yesterday. And the families, I was watching some of these videos, how the people were just so happy and smiling. And I'm talking about, like they are so joyous. Made me shed a tear. I'm not even going to be it made me shed a tear. Because you could imagine what they've been going through and what sort of pain and suffering that their families have been dealing with. So yeah, I'm really happy that they were actually able to get out of this stuff and get back to their families. Let's see if we can get this video to work right. If not, we might have to go again, and then we'll just bring it back. Everybody deserves their time on the platform, y'all. Everybody. Can't always be about nonsense and drama. Everybody got to get their chance.
Today we're seeing hostages being released.
And they say Joe Biden's taking credit for it, even though nothing was going on for 15 months until Trump said, if y'all don't release them hostages, it's going to be HE double hockey sticks to pay. But of course, Joe's going to try to take the credit for it, because that's how Joe get down.
Thank you very much for being here this morning. The deal that I first put forward last May for the Middle East has finally come to fruition. The ceasefire has gone into effect in Gaza, and today we're seeing hostages being released. 3 Israeli women held against their will in the dark tunnels for 470 days. 4 more women will be released in 7 days. 3 additional hostages every 7 days thereafter, including at least 2 American citizens in this first phase. We pray for them and their families. They're going to be a long recovery ahead. By the 16th day of the deal, talks will begin in the second phase. This phase includes the release of Israeli soldiers and a permanent end of the war without Hamas in power or able to threaten Israel. Hundreds of trucks are entering Gaza as I speak. They're carrying assistance for civilians who have suffered enormously from the war that Hamas started on October 7, 2023, nearly 15 months ago. Today alone, we anticipate several hundred trucks will enter the Gaza Strip as I'm speaking. And after so much pain, destruction, loss of life, today the guns in Gaza have gone silent. This was the deal that I outlined for the world back in May 31st. Many of you covered it at the time. It was endorsed.
You put the deal together, but they were not responding to you all the way up until now, until Trump came in there and said what he said. Come on, man. Let's just be. He just can't even tell the truth on his way out. And that's why he really didn't want to take any questions, because he knows what people were going to ask him. Why the roadblocks? Why the oil situation? What do you got? Why are you doing all of this stuff against the country that you're supposed to love and be the president of? One of the worst presidents that we ever had. He went out yesterday with a 39% approval rating. Do me a favor, y'all. Got more coming up. I got to, oh yeah, wait a minute. We got 70, 78 over there. Double tap the screen so we can get these likes out and let everybody know what we're doing, because we got more coming right now. We got a situation right now where we're trying to find out why are the restaurant owners in New York City now offering to pay congestive pricing. They're offering to pay $9 for tolls because people are just peed off, because they're like I said, I'm not going to get something to eat plus have to pay $9 for congestive pricing. So the restaurant said, you know what? We'll pay the $9 because we're going to lose tons of business. I hope that the restaurant companies and the restaurant businesses downtown push back in a manner, and we don't stop. We need to keep on pushing with this congestive pricing thing. Just because it's taking effect does not mean to stop, because if we stop pushing, they're going to think we settle. Keep on pushing and doing what you guys have to do, straight up, because you're hurting companies. Just like y'all said that TikTok people was being hurt by people not being able to go to work and do business. Now you're hurting companies in the city with an entire similar situation where the restaurants can't get customers because people don't want to go, because $9 congestive pricing. Are you going to go to a restaurant? You got to think before you even go out. Automatically paying $9 when I go to the city, then chances are I'm not going to get no parking, so I got to pay for parking, and then whatever the food costs. So that's like going on a vacation, just going to the city to eat.
Fox 5's Good Day New York co-host Rosanna Soto joins me now. Rosanna.
We are strong proponents of virtual reality at Upper Bucks County Technical.
Welcome to the show.
I know what I was thinking yesterday on the Joe Biden thing. I was saying he could be the president again. If Joe wanted to be the president, he'd be the perfect president for Depends underwear.
Thank you,
You own
Stuart.
a restaurant.
Yes.
And you offered your customers, I think it was on Friday, you offered to pay the $9 congestion toll. What's the response?
Well, Stuart, a great response, because people right now are angry. I don't know what's going to happen in 6 months from now, but right now they're angry. And, you know, you and I were talking about the streets of New York City. They're quiet.
Yes, they are.
Now, usually, traditionally,
The streets of New York being quiet is bad. That means that the traffic, you don't think that the traffic brought money, brought vibrance, brought motion, brought trucks, brought things into the city? We got these progressive people and people that are not originally from New York coming here and changing our policies, and it's hurting us. From the Department of Sanitation to the mayor to the governor, we have some of the worst people in power that govern our state that we've ever had in the state to this date. These are some of the worst people that we could have control in our state.
January, February, quiet in New York City, especially for restaurants. But there's an anger. People are very upset that they can't use their cars. Last week, we saw a drop in the number of people at our restaurant. I've talked to other restaurateurs who say the same thing. So we're trying to sweeten the pot a little bit, encouraging people to come out with taking $9 off their bill.
I didn't know you owned a restaurant.
Yes, 31 years, Stuart.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Midtown Manhattan. So anybody below 60th Street will now face a $9 toll during peak hours. $2.50, I think, overnight hours.
Yes, I come in at 4 o'clock in the morning.
So you're getting a deal.
It's $2.50 is what we're paying.
You're getting a deal at that time. But, you know, I think right now the MTA is saying that they see more people using the subways, about a 10% increase right now. Some people on the subway.
The subways that, mind you, are not safe, that a month ago someone was set on fire, and yesterday somebody was stizzy stabbed, and then they saying that there's a lot of police on the trains to cover you, but it's not true, because they only put 250 police officers down there. And then the A train is not running in Rockaway. So now they're doing alternate measures where you can take the Long Island Railroad. And then certain people that live really far out in like other parts, it's even harder for them to get to work. So now they got to get up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to be able to take these trains and buses that only run on an hour or on every half hour. And they think that this is helping.
They're complaining that it's too congested in the subway and that the MTA didn't do the right thing by having more cars available for people taking the subway now that they've put this congestion pricing toll out there. So
I just don't know what New York's going to do. I mean,
and now we have an old train system that keeps on breaking down because of now you're putting more strain on the system. You didn't repair the system before you did this. You're trying to repair the system as you're doing this, and it's not working because the system is already broken. The switches don't work, and that's just the functioning part of it. You got the tracks that's messed up. Then you got them always doing track work. Forget about the weekend. So on the weekend when you're trying to travel, it's like Sunday travel. Automatically give yourself an hour or two if you're thinking about coming into the city on the train. So again, they got us messed up out here, and they thinking that they know what they're doing because it comes from a lot of people that don't know what they're doing. And they should not be in the position that they're in. Kicked up, chilling out, and just letting everybody else go through the stresses of their foolish decisions. Kathy Hochul, foolish decision. And hopefully a lot of us, because we can't stop, we got to keep pushing. We got to remind Trump, you did say you're getting rid of this congestive pricing thing. I want it done. I want to see the tolls come down. I want to see those cameras broken. I would go out there with sledgehammers if it stops. Give me a sledgehammer. Oh, it's over? Boom. Let's get out there and bust these up with sledgehammers because it's stupid. And I'm so tired of the working class like me and you. We got to pay these bills for idiots like that when they make decisions for us. Another bill for the working class. What do you guys think about that? And why is the FDA banning artificial red color in 3 foods? Why wasn't it banned before? What is artificial red dye? What is it? Where does it come from? Let's find out. Because that's what the FDA just did. They just banned artificial color red dye.
Experts calling the FDA's ban on red dye number 3 in our food long overdue. It has been more than 30 years since.
So can we sue? Again, if we don't fight back, if we don't do anything, and if we don't say anything about it, they're going to keep running you over. I know you're busy. I know you got to go to work. I know you're stressed out, but maybe you won't have to if we get at some of these people that's doing us wrong and sue they for real.
Scientists linked this dye to cancer in animals. At that point, Europe got rid of a lot of these dyes, but we didn't. Joining me now, Callie Means, a name that you will hear a lot of in the future as we talk about Make America Healthy Again. He's the co-founder of True Med, along with his sister, who was a surgeon in California. He's an informal advisor to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. They've worked closely on all of this. President-elect Trump's nominee for HHS, of course. Callie, great to have you with us. Thank you for being here. What do you think prompted, this is just one chemical we're talking about, and I know you dig into so many others, but it's a start. What prompted the FDA to take this action now against this red dye?
Other countries like Germany and other countries use, let's say, fruit to color their food, to color their stuff. There's also a new company that I found out that they make like revamps of children's cereal for adults. It's very low. It's low in sugar, still has a phenomenal taste, and all of the flavors and everything comes from actual fruit and like berries and things of that nature. That goes out to the person that says all I do is complain. I'm not complaining. I'm just very emotional about what I'm talking about because it makes sense. And yes, I do have solutions or my opinion on what I think we should do. But here at the bottom line, if you've been here, you know that we come here and we pool information. We might flip, we might scream, we might do whatever. But we come here, we pool information, and then we make a constructive and a smart decision on what we're going to do with that information. And it doesn't matter what platform we get it from, because if the information is true, we still use the information after we vet it. So, yes, I do not only just complain, and I do make action, and I do make causes of action, because I'm a knowledgeable person, just like you guys are.
Maha moms who made their voice very clear in voting for President Trump and his promise to make America healthy again with Robert F. Kennedy. You saw it during the campaign, Martha, when President Trump stood at that podium and talked at every rally in the close of the campaign to clean up our food supply and get to the bottom of why kids are getting sick, get to the bottom of why American food companies are making the same product with less healthy ingredients in America than they do for Europeans. It was
Also, I want you guys to know something that you probably haven't been paying attention to, and I'm gonna call you out on it if you know it's there. When you walk into McDonald's, there's a sign at the door now. It's blended in with the glass, and it basically tells you artificial foods, artificial preservatives. It tells you everything that's in that food. If you still wish to go through that threshold and still buy that food, whatever happens is on you. That's in real life and what they're saying legally. You guys are not paying attention to what you're eating. You want to eat fast. They're not even having real meals. It's like a cookie or something else. There's no balance to meals anymore. People are just eating one thing and that's it. And it's not really our fault. It's because the food is so expensive, we got to eat what we can afford. So I get it, but it's not fair either. And why is America doing that to the citizens?
electric. It was a release from the crowd who are very frustrated with the skyrocketing rates of obesity, where 50% of US teens are overweight or obese. It's 3% in Japan. The USDA, they hid this until after the election, but 38% of teens right now are pre-diabetic. I mean, we've got a serious problem in America right now. And the moms and the dads and everyone who's concerned about the devastating trends of chronic disease made their voice heard. And it's amazing, Martha. You know, President Trump talks about keeping his promises. Who would have expected these promises to clean up our food supplies happening before he's even takes the inauguration?
I want to see the prices go down, and I keep on saying it. You're probably gonna get tired of hearing me saying it, but I want the prices to go down, and I'm tired of you telling me the cost of our wages need to go up. I don't want to hear that. I want the bags of potato chips to go down. I want the Little Debbie's to go down. I want those individual things that used to be cheaper to go down in price. There's no way we can afford it with the wages that we're getting paid. There's no way in the world that you should be paying $1.25 for 3 cookies. There's no way in the world that you should be paying $2.50 for a bag of potato chips that used to be 50 cents. No. Companies, you've been doing it for a long time. Y'all been ripping people off. Y'all been just putting air inside the bag of potato chips and putting 8 chips in there. And then we go there, we got to put 3 bags together to get what one used to be. It's not fair to the consumer. We need to push back. A lot of times we need to make our own food. I go make potatoes now, make my own potato chips. Because after a while, when they see them chips not selling, they're going to bring them prices down. I'm not trying to hear that y'all can't bring them prices back down. There's nowhere in the world a bag of potato chips should cost that much when a potato only costs 25, 50 cents. Work it out. And the prices of the gas, the travel, keeping the farms going, I get that. But the bottom line still is, when it gets to retail, when it gets to us, it's ridiculous. We cannot continue to live that way. There's no way.
Well, we've seen that with a number of things in different parts of the policy. So who has protected these dyes? I mean, is it lobbyists keeping this stuff in our food because they make money off of it? What can you tell us about that quickly?
The food system is weaponized by design. Few know this, but in the 1990s, 40% of the U.S. food supply was owned by the cigarette industry, by Philip Morris and R.J. Reynolds. They were the two largest food companies. They rigged the food pyramid. Even to this day, 19 out of the 20 USDA nutrition advisors are paid for by the food and pharma companies. And they produce bogus studies that say these food dyes, which are made from crude oil, which are phased out of every other country in the world, are healthy because their marketing survey says that the neon colors make kids want to buy it.
Crude oil in
this
our
is a
food.
rigged
I just
system.
want to go back. Crude oil in our candy.
These food colorings are literally crude oil. That is what it should say on the box. We have chemicals like atrazine, which change testosterone to estrogen for our boys. We have 10,000 chemicals, Martha, that are being phased out.
Change testosterone to estrogen. That's a ploy right there. If I get in trouble for it, it's all good. Now we're starting to get to the bottom line of why all these guys are out here doing all of these stupid gay dances and this dumb thing right here and doing this. When a man do this, I don't care. Anytime a man do this, he better be in the room with a girl getting it on. If he doing this around a crowd of guys, he's suspect. And I don't care what you say. All that doing all this and what is that? And you doing it to drill music. Or you want to rock with the woo, 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 like a voice like this, but they doing this and all of this. That's gay. What are you doing? Bow. Oh my. If I could do these little kids, they be 19 years old doing all of that. And then they call this the running man. This right here. That ain't no running man. You jumping in the air, pumping your fists. You want to know what the running man is? Hold on a minute. Excuse me, y'all. This is the running man. That's the running man. That's the running man. You know what I'm saying? This the WAP. You know what I'm saying? This the Smurf. Stop playing with me. All them little fugazi dances that y'all doing. Yes. Ain't going for it. Straight up and down. Talking about red color dye. Got me tired out here. Let me get some more likes for all that work. All that work, y'all. Double tap the screen. That was a lot of work right there. I had to go get me something to drink after this one. I don't know what you guys think about that. But put some comments down there so I can read them real quick. What y'all got going? What y'all got going on over there? Hitchcock. What's popping? Ada B, man. Ha ha he. You all right. And hilarious. Yo, tell him. Julie said, tell him. No. Life, you put something on the wall. I got some more moves. DB, Santa, you got it, brother. Too funny. I ain't doing no more. I'm hot. I got this hoodie on. It's double thick. You know what I'm saying? This hoodie ain't no joke right here. And I got the nerve to be up in here dancing. How many more stories we got? Oh man, it's about more food. Okay, more food. So, got a situation where you ever have somebody say, hey, only sandwiches that I eat, they got to be with this kind of meat or this kind of bread. I'm vegan. So when I hear people talking about meat, it's already a red flag. So check this out. Oh, the only meat that I eat is when I go get my sandwiches is like Boar's Head. I only eat the premium. I only eat the best. Well, guess what? Federal inspectors reveal a disturbing condition at the Boar's Head plant. See what's going on with this. And it's like a food attack on us. They're doing it through the food. They're doing it through the food, y'all, because it's easy. Everybody has to eat, so you get them through the food. We got to be more smarter. We got to eat better because we know what they're trying to do. We know better.
Inspectors revealed disturbing and unsanitary conditions at Boars Head deli meat plants in the United States.
Yeah.
Most people trade all day. I only need 20 minutes to hit my goals. Here's my secret.
If you eat sandwiches,
First of all, we have a
States.
If you like sandwiches, if you eat Boar's Head, if you on that lunch meat stuff, pay attention.
This is Lydia Ho with the story. Lydia.
Yeah, good morning there, Maria. We have new documents that reveal unsanitary conditions extend well beyond that troubled Boars Head meat plant in Jarrett, Virginia. That's the one that closed last year after at least 60 people were sickened and 10 others died after consuming listeria-contaminated products made there. These new records show...
So if you don't want to take it serious, I need you to understand the ramifications. We got to start taking stuff serious. Sick and then 60 people. It's not that serious. I'm vegan. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm vegan. I ain't have a sandwich in years, unless it was lettuce, tomatoes, and with all types of shrubbery. Call me what you want. I'm good.
So 3 Boars Head meat plants were cited for unsanitary conditions going back 6 years. We're talking about Newcastle, Indiana, Forest City, Arkansas, and Petersburg, Virginia. Take a look at this. These are the issues that were documented by inspectors. They found equipment covered in meat scraps, green mold, unidentified slime, in one case, a puddle of blood and debris and trash, and condensation falling on foods, and instances of insect infestations. A Boars Head spokesperson said the reports, quote, do not meet our high standards, and under the guidance of the Boars Head Food Safety Advisory Council, we are adopting and implementing enhanced food safety interventions and programs across the entire company. The company says it continues to operate its plants under normal USDA oversight. And Maria, I mentioned those people that died from listeria poisoning last year, at least 10 of them. I want to introduce you to one of them. This is Linda Dorman. Her family says she died in July after consuming Boar's Head liverwurst made at the Jarrett, Virginia facility. She was 73 years old. Her son, Garrett Dorman, said in a statement to Fox Business, reacting to this new information of unsanitary conditions at other plants, quote, this makes me extremely angry and sad. My mother was receiving treatment at the time for cancer, and the liverwurst sandwich was one of the few things she would agree to eat. At the time, I thought I was doing a good thing, and now I just feel guilty. Dorman is suing Boars Head. The company declined to comment on the litigation. And while that company will certainly have to answer questions about its meat processing in the courts, there are some lawmakers like Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal. He has been vocal in his criticism of the USDA. He previously accused the agency of taking no action on the unsanitary conditions on that Jarrett, Virginia facility and allowing Boars Head to operate for years. He's called for a DOJ investigation and criminal charges against the company. And he told the AP that these new records must also be reviewed as well.
So I don't know, did somebody get paid at Boars Head? Are they paying people to let this stuff get by? What's going on with this USDA situation? But because Boars Head, I'm talking about millions of people eat Boars Head. So if something like that is going on, somebody must be getting paid somewhere. So y'all heard it. And the person that asked me how long I was vegan, it's been about 15 years now. It wasn't easy, but the reason being is because my mom had diabetes and she passed of renal failure. She had wound up, going on the dialysis, and she had to get her blood clean. I was basically the last caretaker for her. So every other day we had to go to dialysis. I had to help her with over 15 or 16 different medications that she had to keep taking. And I just saw what it was doing to her. And the fact that I was younger, I noticed and I said to myself, I could keep on eating a certain way and have this possibly be my fate, or I can just go ahead and, chalk it up. Out of the love for my mother and the respect of what I saw, said to myself, you know what? I'm vegan from now on. I'm not eating that trash no more. Yes, I get the cravings because I have started off eating meat before. But the trick that I learned is this. Your body don't know what it's full from. It's very simple. Your body don't know. As long as you're full, your body don't care. You're full, you're not hungry. Eat good stuff. Eat better stuff. You smell a burger, eat a salad. I know. Oh, I can't. I'm so used to this. I need my meat. That's the ignorance that takes you out. Bottom line. I could sit here and argue with you back and forth and tell you what it's going to be, but what you put in your body is the result that you get. I do 400 push-ups a day. That's why I'm able to keep my body a certain way. I eat enough. I eat my proteins. I eat my starches. I eat my salads. I eat potatoes. I eat pasta, legumes, and stuff of that nature. Because I want to stay healthy and live as long as I possibly can. So if you guys can take any of my advice, what I'm going to ask you to do, if you ever thought about doing it, is, but if you do feel like going vegan, do it in stages. Don't try to go cold turkey, because of course you're not going to do it. Do it in stages. You can cut off one meat at a time. I started off with pork. After that, it was beef. Then it was chicken. Then it was fish. Now it's nothing. Boom. Figure it out, y'all. Y'all want to stay healthy, it's up to you. Ignorance is bliss and ignorance is this. And that's one of my sayings, because you can be ignorant to what you know the results of, but don't get mad when the results come to get you. What else we got on the board today? Hey, wait a minute. I think we got this one here. And it's a doozy, because mass deportation is happening all over. But now we got the Chicago food truck vendors who are very nervous because they feel like they may be next when it comes down to workplace incarcerations for immigrants that are illegal. This is in Chicago.
Heart of Little Village, there are many hearts filled with anxious anticipation of how their lives might change next week if the Trump administration sends ICE agents here looking for undocumented immigrants to deport.
The best moments deserve the best eggs, especially Winter Eggland's Best. Tastes so deliciously fresh, with better nutrition too.
I gotta be honest with you, it's not my audio. I keep my audio at a certain level, but some of these reporters and some of these companies have some terrible audio. That's why y'all hear it go up like that. Sorry about that.
We love our eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
That's definitely a network.
One food cart vendor selling tamales today is not worried for himself, but he is for his family and others in the community who depend on their small businesses to put food on their own table.
I think a lot of food vendors are going to get affected, because a lot of people that are food vendors are undocumented, and I have papers, but my family is undocumented.
There are also concerns about whether some parents might keep their children home from school when classes resume next Wednesday. CPS has already promised that undocumented students will be protected. The Chicago Teachers Union also taking a stand.
We know. So what they doing now is, your kids, you undocumented, come get your kids. So once you come get your kids, they gonna get you, and now y'all all out of here. So hey, you guys came into the country illegally. You cannot expect not to be dealt with. It's the bottom line. Your reign on the top was short like leprechauns. It's over. If you get caught, you're getting sent back. If your little chamaquito is in school and they tell the principal, hey, tell him to come get his kid, and they come get all y'all, hey, man, you can't expect positive results when you started off negative. And that's what it is. Even though you might think, hey, it's a better hope for my family, a better hope for us, and a better chance at life, still did it illegally. And that's what the country is basically saying. And that's why Donald Trump won. So, all y'all people out there under the sound of my voice, I hope we had a fantastic run today on the bottom line. We went for a decent amount of time. I hope you guys got a lot of information. Very informative. Appreciate the likes and all of the comments that you guys are putting down, because that means that we're thinking, and that means that the information is pooling. Yeah, I see you guys beating each other up in there, but you're gonna get that. Like I said, expect trolls, expect nonsense sometimes. But overall, the reason why we do this every day is so that we can gather information and pool it, and as smart people, whether you're independent, Democrat, Republican, figure it out, and then we make the proper accessions here on the bottom line. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So till tomorrow, till I see you again, y'all already know how we do it. Get 'em! 1.